Ryan Milliken here with Hardway Performance. We're going to tune this RV today. Pretty sure. We're going to find out here in a minute. It's got a 6.7 Cummins in it. Should have an Allison transmission. As soon as I get plugged in, I'll know exactly what it is and its horsepower rating and all that stuff. A common complaint about this, and I'm sure Jason can attest to this, is that the lack of pedal response and lack of overall power with these, especially if you hook to a trailer of any sort. So that's what we're going to fix today. We're going to give it a little more pep in its step. This plug up in the front of the truck is actually what we're going to be working with, and this is the connection port for the ECM. So you will see that there's a data connection port right here. The engine's in the back. This is all you can see of the engine, so we're not going to be working much on it, nor will we be using this plug. Let's plug in with this thing, do a readout, see what it's about, and we're actually going to do a test drive before, record, see if we can record some 0 to 60 and some drivability stuff, and then we're going to do that same test drive loop over again, and hopefully put a smile on his face and call it a week. Portion before we go for our test drive. So this is typically what's going to come in the package. You're going to have the autocal itself, USB cable, which we'll use later, the OBD cable, which we'll use now, and then you'll have one of two of these that come with the package. So the green one is going to come on your newer model trucks. This one has a green one. The black one's going to be in your older model trucks. So in your order form, when you're ordering this through us, make sure you go look at your truck before you make the order and look at the truck. The actual plug on the truck will be black or green. So make sure you have the right one. We're going to use the green one. So the green one's very simple. They're both very simple, but it's a very simple install here. Basically, it's just an adapter to go from your heavy duty 9-pin to an automotive style OBD. So I'm gonna hand this to Jason here. He's gonna plug it in. It can only go in one direction. You cannot mess it up. It goes on, it gives a little clunk and it secures it. And then once he gets that in, we'll give him this cable, which plugs into that, and then we'll give him the module. So go ahead and plug that in. While you're doing this, the engine cannot be running. See, the ignition needs to be on, but engine cannot be running while we're doing the readout. Got that in. There's the package open on that. So that cable plugs into the 9-pin adapter we just plugged in. Next up is your actual EFI Live autocal. It plugs into the top right here. No, that's the bottom. There, it plugs into the top, into that hole right there. Yep. This is just a generic warning screen that comes up. Hit the check mark to make that go away. You're going to go to the left to select the tune tool in the checkbox. Then you're going to select the checkbox again for tuning. And then that says read tune, so we're going to read that. Now we've got a long list here. You may get your autocal with a long list. This is configured to be able to read anything. Or if you tell us ahead of time what you have specifically, we will look up the actual ECM model that came in that, and we'll set it up for just that. But either way, we're going to scroll down to CM2350A, which is almost all the way down right there, and hit check. Okay, now it's going to read this ECM. This process should take I'd say 6 to 8 minutes. So it's going through its thing. That means it's communicating. It's got the VIN number. The product ID is a BGU, so that tells me exactly what ECM model and everything it is. So we can go ahead and set this down. Make sure to not bump the cable or anything, and we will come back once it's done reading. We're doing a readout. About 5 minutes in, we got the status bar going across the bottom. It's going nice and slow. Don't panic, don't worry, just wait a little longer and it'll be done. Almost done. Read tune file. Read successfully completed. Saved as CM2350A _0001. And from there, you can just X out of it and unplug. X is down there. No, unplug it from right here.
Oh, all right, easy.
Just leave the rest of the stuff hooked up. And then we will go over how to get that file off and email it to me. So now that's done recording, go ahead and double click that open file. Through all this stuff, yes. Yes again. Hit next on that. I agree, so click that one on the top. Hit next. Next again. Next again. And it's going. Bam. Now, we're gonna minimize out of this. And there's your icon. It popped up right there, EFI Live V8 Scan and Tune, so you might have to double click that. So what we're going for here is actually a software called EFI Live Explorer. We're going to get to it through the main Scan and Tune software as soon as it pops up here. Let's close out of that pop-up right there.
This guy?
Yeah, just close out of it.
Okay.
Yep. So that Explorer button we want is right there.
Click it?
Yep. Okay. So for simplicity purposes, we're gonna put this tune file on his desktop. So click on the desktop over here.
Okay.
So click on that. It should double click and take you to it. Okay. And actually, let's come over here and right click and hit new. Just make a new folder.
Yep.
Call it
Tune. RV Tune.
Sure. EFI Live, RV Tune, whatever you can memorize it as.
Okay.
So now double click that folder to open it up. Now, down here in the bottom, this is your computer, this is the AutoCAD. So click read. Obviously we have this plugged in and connected. So you're gonna grab that and drag it to the top. From here, I'll have you open up your email and send me that file that you just dropped on the desktop to my email. So we've done the readout. We went ahead and got the readout off of here, emailed over to me. I've got it on my computer, so all that stuff's situated. We have not flashed it yet. We're gonna go for a quick test drive so we can get a before and after data log, as well as an impression of driving it before and driving it after. So what I'm going to do though, the truck is running. We're sitting here in the driveway still. I just plugged it in. We're gonna go to scan tool, data logging, record data. It's going to ask me what controller it is. I only have it currently configured to data log this one and one generation newer of it, but this one's a CM2350A, so I'm going to hit OK. And we're recording. So see, it's idling at 1200 RPM. You'll give it a little blip with the throttle. Oh, it won't let you rev it up to neutral? Oh, there you go. Had your foot on the brake. All right.
There you go.
All right, so basically we're recording, and I'm just going to set that right here, and we're going to go for a little drive. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out to the highway, and we're going to come from a dead stop at 0 miles an hour, and we're going to record the screen, and we're going to see how long it takes us to get to 65 miles an hour. And then we'll come back, we'll tune the truck, the RV, motorhome, whatever you want to call this thing, and we'll see how much quicker we can get to 65 miles an hour, as well as increased pedal response and overall drivability. So you drive this thing up in the mountains, and what's the feedback on the pedal like?
Yeah, it's got kind of a dead pedal. When you really, you jump into it, we don't get a whole lot of, instant response. And, again, like I said, we go up to North Carolina into the mountains, and we're towing our Jeep Gladiator. And, getting into those mountains, you're wide open and maybe going 30 miles an hour up those mountains.
My favorite with the setup like this is like you almost have to anticipate the green light at a traffic light and floor it like 3 seconds ahead of time, so you get across the intersection once this thing finally decides to go somewhere. We're taking her out to open road out here where we can do some 0 to 60 stuff. So come to a complete stop, all the way to 0, go all the way to 0, and then floor it. So we are on the wood.
Right to the floor.
Rapid acceleration happening here.
It's embarrassing.
And with the trailer, it's even worse. Huh?
Oh yeah, way.
You can almost count this 0 to 60 in minutes.
Yeah.
We're still on the wood?
On the wood.
Still on the wood.
It's a nice smooth ride though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, wonderful ride. AC is nice and soft. 56, 57, 58, 60, there it is. All right. 0 to 60. Now let's do a lap and head back to the house and get this thing tuned up. All right, so we just data logged that whole thing so we can get our 0 to 60 stuff, as well as I can see some of what the stock calibration was doing. I'm gonna hit X to end the recording. So that's saved as 0002. And if you want to get the data log off, it's the same way using EFI Explorer. It'll just be in the data log folder instead of the read folder. So we're going to back out of here. Jason, go ahead and shut the engine off and return back to key on. So big engine off, turn back to key on. It's Friday afternoon. We're literally on the side of the road. We're not at Jason's house anymore. We're next to a soccer field or wherever we're at, right? So this is our disclaimer. We strongly suggest if you're going to flash your truck, your motorhome, your piece of equipment, whatever you've got, let's not make it Friday afternoon, and wherever you've got it parked, let's make sure it's in a good convenient spot that it can be there for a couple days. So I'm not trying to scare you guys, but let's be real, electronics and stuff can go wrong. So you can bump a cable, a flash can go wrong, whatever, and we'd love to be able to help you. But let's please, for you mostly, and for our amusement, because it's happened too many times, let's not do this at 4:59 Friday while you're in the Lowe's parking lot. That's really happened. And because the amusement we'll have on Monday morning when we come back in and see all the angry emails and voicemails, it's good amusement for us. You're not going to have a good time. So let's wait till a solid Monday or Tuesday with this thing in your driveway and not blocking anything, and let's wait till then to do the first flash. All right, so we're on my computer here real quick. If you email me the file, I'll send you a file back. Obviously, you'll have your readout file and you'll have your modified tune file. So I will probably send you a quick setup that'll look a little different, but if you ever need to put your tune file on your AutoCal manually, it's the exact same way that you pulled the readout, just backwards. So now you're gonna go from the top down to the bottom while you're in the tune folder over here. So that's gonna drop onto the AutoCal. All right, it's on the AutoCal. We can look at it real quick. We're gonna go to Tune Tool, Tuning, Program Full, voila, there it is. So now I'm gonna hand this to Jason and we're going to install this tune. All right, back to where we started now that we actually have the tune on the AutoCal. So again, key on, plugged in. It is not 4:59 Friday.
Motor is off.
Motor is off, and we're definitely not sitting on the side of the road next to a soccer field.
No.
So we'll hit OK. We'll go to hit that left button to hit the tune tool, and hit OK again. And you're going to go to tuning, just like that. Hit the check mark. Scroll down to program full. And then scroll down to that so you can have that one selected. Yep, perfect. Okay, hit the check mark. Now we're going to make sure key is on, engine is off. We're going to hit the check mark again. Check mark again. And now she's flashing. So this the screen looks the same as it did when we did the readout. So it's going to do the check. This is telling you it's an unlicensed controller. Go ahead and hit yes. You'll only see that message one time. Once you license this to the ECM, it'll never pop back up.
Gotcha. So
go ahead and hit OK or check again. So it's already erasing and flashing. So you can go ahead and put it down. Make sure you don't bump the cable. Turn the key off. Get struck by lightning. Hit by a meteor. Anything else weird. You'll see the dash doing some weird stuff. That's because this thing has taken over the communication on the CAN bus. So this process should take the same as it took to read it out, good 6-8 minutes, and we'll come back to it. We're on the home stretch of finishing this thing up. First tune, just wanted to show you guys what it looked like at the very end of it so you know what to expect here. Flash, tune file, flash completed successfully. So I'll hit the X button here. Go ahead and switch the ignition off because it says so. That's what it's going to look like when you're done. So from here, you can just unplug it, toss this thing in the glove box, and go enjoy your truck. However, we are going to data log it. So, Jason, go ahead and start it. We'll get the data log going before we get moving here. Data logging, record data, and we are recording. No check engine lights, nothing silly. Okay, let's do our 0 to 60. You should feel some pedal response
immediately.
So you touch the throttle and
it went. Yeah, totally different.
Positive results in the first 10 feet.
In the first 1 foot.
Out onto the road, come to a complete stop, 0, and floor it. Yeah, I felt some acceleration there.
Yeah, man.
20 already. 30.
Holy shit.
Feel a little better?
Oh yeah, it's not even the same.
I can't wait for you to hook a trailer to this thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous.
And almost 60 miles an hour.
I'll bet that was twice as fast. Yeah.
I don't know about twice, but I'd knock a solid 30% off. That's gonna be my guess.
Sure felt twice as fast.
So this motorhome is a 36 foot, right, with a 6.7 Cummins.
38 foot.
38
yeah.
foot, okay,
yeah.
with 6.7 Cummins diesel pusher.
25,000 pounder.
Yep, she's not light, she's not small. Our basic tune here, we basically just pulled the restrictor plate off the Cummins, let it run, let it breathe a little bit. 100% legal, 100% reliable. Add a little bit of pedal response, and so you can enjoy this thing the way it was meant to be enjoyed. We are ready, 0 to 60, running it back just to see if we get the same numbers. So we are floored. recording on the data log down here. Almost. Definitely got more pull than I had before. And 60.